In the last video, I went on a lot of tangents. I'm going to go straight to the point. This video, I'm going to talk about some action figure stuff I would like to see. Action figures I'd like to see made. One thing I would like to see is out of costume. Regular secret identity type figures. Like, what do the superheroes look like on average day? Who are they? What do they do when they're at their regular thing? Yeah. So, give me a Clark Kent mild mannered reporter action figure. Give me a Bruce Wayne action figure. Give me a give me those figures. Give me those figures. Another thing that would be cool is supporting figures. Supporting character action figures. You have all these comic shows, and sometimes you have, but not often, but sometimes the character has a wife, girlfriend, kids, best friends, etc., etc. And you don't get to see these people. You don't get to see them at all. You see them more in the comics or the TV show or the movie or whatever. But when trying to play with the figures, action figure line, you don't see these supporting characters at all, hardly in action figures. Unless they're like popular in their own right, you don't really see them. I mean, and if you do see them, they're usually like a bonus figure in like a 2-pack with a good figure. So they're trying to get them for you. But basically, yeah, it's like a lot of these supporting character figures that are in, you only see them in the comics. So and so superhero has a wife or kids or a best friend or brother or sister or something, right? And you know that they have these people, right? You know they're existing, but they don't make an action figure of this person. This person is more likely doesn't even know that their person. Well, I guess if they were married to him, they probably know. But anyway, I'm trying not to go on tangents. Like, these people don't even know these are people that they have in their lives when they are, again, not masked, unmasked, when they're in their secret identities. These are more likely people you see in their normal life. So we need some of that stuff. Then I come up with this cool idea called average people. Everyday people. Average people. We could make action figures of like average people. You could, like, I know a guy that's in that industry that does that for a living. Let me get him this action figure for his birthday or for some special event. You could have average people figures. You could have like doctors, lawyers, healthcare professionals, pest control technicians, gardening figures, construction workers, carpenters, cashiers, customer service associates. I mean, the list goes on professions that exist. There's so many professions that exist that somebody could make a line for just everyday people. Everyday people, action figure lines. That would be cool. And another thing that I kind of dislike with action figures, they don't come with as many accessories nowadays as they used to. They need to have more. Put more accessories in these action figures. I swear. Put more. Put more accessories. Or come with like accessory packs or something that I can buy some more accessories. And they don't even, like back in the olden days, they made play sets. They made vehicles. They made play sets. They made vehicles. They made whole like built-in play sets, and they made vehicles. You don't see that anymore. And if you do see that, they want like 2 arms and 3 legs, it seems like, for them things. I mean, they want like a lot of money for the playsets nowadays. I'm like, and the playsets are cheap and crappy looking compared to some of those old 80s and 70s and 80s playsets. Oh my gosh, they had some good shit back in the day. And they had a bunch of it too. There was all kinds of vehicles and all kinds of like playsets. There was all kinds of them. Nowadays, you hardly see that at all. You have the figures that are perfectly sized for playsets, but no playsets. You have no playsets to fit the bigger figures. You have no playsets to fit the little figures. There's no playsets at all. The playsets. Y'all got to be bringing these playsets back. Oh my gosh. And stop having so many variants of the same dang figure. Oh my gosh. Jeez. Y'all got all these other people y'all can use. So, use them. And if you're going to give me a variant, give me the variant I said earlier at the beginning of this video. Give me the not in costume variant. You know, secret identity variant. Give me that variant. Where's those variants? I don't see them. I see them sometimes, the figures that have the costume of the character on, and then have like the unmasked where just the face is unmasked, but I want a full, no uniform at all figure. I don't want a just unmasked, face revealed figure. I want like, because I've seen those. They have plenty of those unmasked, face revealed figures. It's the figure, he's still in his uniform, but you can pop on the head, or he comes with the head of his character when he's not got his mask on. Seen that. Give me him completely costume off. Not butt naked, mind you, but like regular costume. Like no costume. There's plenty of characters that you've done that with, but they're average characters that hardly ever wear a costume anyway, so it doesn't count. Like making a Wolverine with a t-shirt on, or a Wolverine with no shirt on at all, that doesn't count, because, yeah. Because he was always like, he didn't put on his uniform that much anyway. So yeah, people like him don't count. But other people, other characters, most of the time you see them, they're not in their uniform. But all we ever do, most of the time, realistically, a superhero would not actually be in his uniform. So why in the world are we having all these action figures, and all of them, most of the time, are always of the guy or girl in their uniform, in their costume, in their special superhero identity? Oh my gosh, can you not make them not in those uniforms, please? Thank you. Can you not make them in average clothing, their regular everyday attire? And with that other line I was talking about, the everyday people line, you could make all these figures in all the different colors of the rainbow too, because you know you could make these everyday figures. You could make black ones, white ones, Asian ones, you know, different. You can make all kinds of different skin tones of all these different everyday heroes. Well, they wouldn't be heroes. I guess some people might consider them a hero. I mean, they kind of have to do that job and exist for society to run. So, kind of in a way, everyday, average Joe people are heroes to something. The business, the corporation that hires you might not admit it, but you're a hero to the company you work for, because if you didn't do a good job, now if you are a good employee, you're more likely to be a hero. And you're kind of a hero to that customer. I mean, that customer was looking for that one item in the store, and you, customer service associate guy or girl, know exactly where that thing is, and you helped them out. You made that person's day. You are his hero for that day, or her hero. Seriously, if you have a job, you're somebody's hero. You're your kid's hero. You're your wife's hero. You're somebody's hero. You might be your girlfriend's hero or your boyfriend's hero. You might be somebody's hero because you're making money, and that money's helping do heroic things. The heroic things of everyday life. Everyday heroes. And not just the first responders. I'm talking about everybody's an everyday hero that works. The gardener is an everyday hero. The construction guy. The plumber. I mean, seriously, the plumber is the everyday hero. You don't know how to fix that toilet commode. They do. Electricians. Everyday heroes. You can't fix that power that went and blown out. They did. Yeah. So someone needs to bring out this everyday hero, average Joe's, regular people line. And for me having an idea, y'all need to throw me some money. Or some free figures. Or one of every free figure. Or y'all definitely need to give me some credit for this. Y'all could be... I don't too care for the idea that you go, idea brought to you by so-and-so. I don't really care about that part. It'd be kind of cool to see your name on a action figure box saying, this idea was by Jeffrey Scarborough. That would be kind of cool, but not as cool as money. Giving me some money would be a little more cooler. Giving me a job where I actually work for your company would be way even more cooler. So you companies out there that make action figures, I need a job. I need a job. I could make action figures. I got ideas. Hire me today. Contact me. Hire me. I'll relocate if you're paying my way to relocate. I mean, seriously, if y'all are paying my way to relocate, I'll relocate. I have a whole lot of game ideas up here. So Hasbro, y'all make games? Y'all make toys? Hire me. I got ideas. You're losing money by not hiring me. You could be making millions. And all you'd have to do is pay me like a salary of like, I don't know, 100,000 or something. 50,000? I don't know. We'll talk. We'll talk at the interview. We'll talk. Just come and get me. Come and get me. I'll be alright if I guess I'll be okay if y'all are gonna, pay my way and stuff. I might have to relocate to Pawtucket, Rhode Island, unless y'all want me to do my ideas here. I guess I could, figure it out. But seriously, hire me. So we got all these cool little action figure things that we could... These are just a few little things. This is a shorter one. Anyway, this is a few little things of action figure lines I'd like to see. I would love to see them bring back vehicles and play sets that actually fit these figures. Oh my gosh, they had them all over the place back in the 80s and 70s, early 90s. But now it's like, we can't make a play set or a vehicle and put figures in the vehicles. Oh my gosh, they used to have figures that were included with the vehicles. Nowadays, if they do make a play set, it doesn't have a figure with it. Unless it's a cheap play set. I mean, nowadays they do make they make some vehicles. They don't make that many of them. Back then they made like exclusive vehicles just for the fun of making them. Now it's like, well, you didn't see that on the show, so we're not going to make that. It's like, nowadays it's like, well, we'll make like motorcycles or something easy to make. But we're not going to like make like the whole Avengers Tower playset. Back in the day, they would make that shit. Since that helicopter, the what is that thing in Marvel Avengers? The Avengers, they have the oh my gosh, that ship that ship that they drive, the ship, the airplane ship thing that they drive. Dang it, I forgot what it was called. But anyway, they got a bunch of those. I'm not talking about the helicarrier. Oh my gosh, making an action figure playset of the helicarrier would be like making the USS Flag. You know, G.I. Joe had the USS Flag. It's like the biggest. That's like the biggest freaking playset of G.I. Joe had. It's like 6 feet long and everything. If you wanted to make a good Marvel, if you wanted to make a good helicarrier, you'd have to like image it off of the USS Flag from G.I. Joe. That thing is amazing. I've only seen videos of it. I met a person at a toy show who actually said he had one. I think I seen it once in person, but it was broken up because it was hard to. It's hard to actually display all in one big piece. You had to kind of like have it broken up. It's multiple pieces. This guy said he had one. I thought that was amazing, but Jude, he wanted like freaking. You're going to have to shell out several $100s to get that sucker. It's cool, but it's not that cool. For serious diehard G.I. Joe collectors, it might be that cool. But for me, it's not that cool. But seriously, bring back the vehicles and the play sets that the figures can fit in. Oh my gosh, they'd be so amazing. But like, you could have like airplanes and like cars and tanks and different vehicles. Y'all don't even see that stuff anymore. Bring back the vehicles and the figures and stuff. But have vehicles that the figures can fit with. My gosh, I know it would be expensive, but jeez. That's why y'all don't make it, because y'all want too damn much money for your stuff. Back then, you had these playsets and they weren't that expensive. Nowadays, if they do make a playset, they want 3 arms and 4 legs or something for them. I mean, golly. I saw that they did bring back some of the Star Wars playsets. I'm looking at them at Walmart. I saw a few of them at Walmart. And they were like the Star Wars. They brought back a couple of the Star Wars playsets from like the classic Kenner playsets, but they want like $100 for a daggum vehicle, like the skiff. Like Jabba's skiff has absolutely no action figure at all, no action figure included, and they want like $50 to $100 for the damn thing. I'm like, no, that's too dang high. I can buy an old 1980s Castle Grayskull or Technodrome or used. I'm not talking about great condition. Definitely, probably not with the box, but I can, or Ghostbusters house, or the Ghostbuster, where the Ghostbusters hang out. That's a cool playset. I've seen that one. It's cool. I like it. It's a cool playset. I mean, when I saw it, the guy only wanted like $50 for it, so that was actually a pretty good deal. I just didn't have the money. It is a cool playset though. But you want a cheaper playset for the Ghostbuster thing? Fisher-Price Fire Station. Now, I know the Ghostbuster figures don't exactly fit the Fisher-Price Fire Station because they're too big, but I guess if they ever make some like some nano figures, those metal nano figures of the Ghostbuster figures, they would fit perfectly with the Fisher-Price Fire Station. The Fisher-Price Fire Station, I think you can find one, maybe $20, used one, and you could easily customize it to be the Ghostbusters Fire Station if you wanted to. It would be cool. I mean, it's cool. It's kind of smaller for the bigger figures wouldn't fit because Fisher Price figures are about that big, and then the figures about twice as big, so they wouldn't fit. But anyway, that's cool. You could do that. Matter of fact, you could find some old Fisher Price figures and probably like paint them to look like the Ghostbusters, then put them in the Fisher Price playhouse, not the house, the fire station, and make them look like, and customize your own ghost. Matter of fact, those Fisher Price toys are amazing. They had play sets, they had figures, and they're not even that expensive to find. I mean, really. You could probably find them fairly cheap. I found them fairly cheap before. And you could probably paint them, customize them, and paint their buildings, customize them if you wanted to, and make them apply to like anything, really. I mean, if you wanted to. But they need to bring playsets back. But they need to bring the prices back. You know, give me 80s prices, please. Thank you. I can buy, like I was saying, I can buy Castle Lions, Castle Grayskull, Technodrome, which I already have a Technodrome, so I don't need it, but I could buy one. Matter of fact, I recently sold a beat up damaged one for like $20. Guy gave me $20 for it. Because I had 2 of them. I don't need 2 of them. I have one complete that has most of everything, and I had one that was just a shell. It was just a shell, it didn't have nothing. $20 was a reasonable price. I threw in a pack of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles playing cards too that I had, a whole set, just to try to sell the thing. He was like, "Oh, I don't want to pay that." He kept coming back looking. It was at the toy show. He kept coming back looking at it. That's a good deal. I was like, dude, I'll throw in these trading, these packs of, these sets of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the movies or something, trading cards. He finally was like, okay, I'll finally buy. I think he was hoping I'd go down to 15. I finally just said, I'll throw in the cards. I just threw in all my cards of the sets I had. I was like, just take them all. He finally was like, okay, here's $20. But anyway, the point I'm making is I could literally find the old 80s and 90s playsets. Maybe not complete, but I can find them for $50 to $100. Easy. I'm not going to a toy... Not going to... I can find them going... looking around thrift stores, yard sales. Maybe... You could probably find them on like Let Go type apps. You know, apps that are reselling apps from people who don't exactly know what they got and really just need money right now because they got to pay their bills. So they just need money. Or, heck, toy shows. Toy shows, swap meets, places like that. I can find stuff like that sometimes. Anybody can if they actually just go look. Look. So, why would I pay for something that's going to be less quality because it's made nowadays? Why would I pay as much for something of less qualities that they make nowadays that I could pay the same amount and get like a slightly battle damaged, played with by kids, missing some pieces, action playset? I can get the same thing made that was made better, made like 20, 30, 40 years ago maybe, for about the same price I could buy something made nowadays, if not cheaper. Why would I buy the new stuff when I can get the old stuff cheaper? Doesn't make sense to me. Y'all need to make your prices go back down. Lower your prices, corporations. Always, that's the number one thing y'all need to... First thing you need to do is always, always, always lower prices. I don't know who's getting this money. I don't know if Walmart's getting 90% of the money. If it is, then Walmart needs to lower the prices. Somebody needs to lower the prices. So I'm not sure who's getting the most money, but somebody is. If Disney's the one getting the most money, then Disney needs to stop being so damn greedy and start producing these figures and being like, we suggest you retail it at $20 because we want 10 of it. Because we're going to sell it to you for 10. I don't know who's getting the most money, but whoever it is needs to be like, I already got a couple of $1 billion in the bank. I already got this multi-million-dollar corporation. I already got a yacht and fancy mansions. Do I really need more money? No, I don't. Let me just drop my prices on my stuff because I'm already established and I made it. Stop being greedy. Seriously, and y'all can easily make more action figures. It's not like you have to have them so damn expensive. Y'all act like y'all have to have them so expensive. There's no way in hell they cost you that much to make. So why the hell are you charging that much for them? It's like the rule that I have. It's called the double my money in profit rule. I figure that if I can double my money, I've done good. That's the thing. I figure that if I can double my money or sell it at a reasonable price that someone would get, like, say I buy an action figure bag at a thrift store and it has a bunch of action figures in it. People will pay an average price of, like, say, $5 an action figure. If I pay $5 for the bag and it has, like, 5 action figures in it, then I'm going to make, like, $25. I've made way more than double my money, but I figure I might keep one of the figures if I like it, so then I'm not making all that money. But still, the point of what I'm trying to get at is, I have this idea that if you make that, you should be able to make 1 to like 5 times your money you made, and that's if you're an individual. See, I'm an individual. If you're a corporation, you should be fine with doubling your money. Doubling your money should be fine. If it costs you, say, $5 to produce, then a $10 would be reasonable, or $5 to buy, then $10 would be reasonable to sell it. But no, Walmart probably pays $1 for Marvel Legends figures or all these other various action figures that they have in there. They probably pay $1. They probably pay $1 or less a figure. And then they turn around and put a $20 price tag on it. If they're paying $1 or less a figure, they can easily sell it for $5. Easy. And still be making profit. Still be banking. So I don't know who is the one selling them for so high that they come finally to me when I look at them in the store and they want so much for them. Somebody out there is selling them to somebody else too high. Is the manufacturer the one selling them too high, or is the retail store selling them too high? Whoever the one is that's selling them too high needs to go, we're selling them too high, let's drop them by at least half their amount they're selling them for, because they're selling them way too high. Do they not know that we don't make... I don't make $20 an hour. Paying $20 for an action figure, unless... Sometimes I do, but not often do I make $20 an hour. Paying $20 for an action figure, that's like... The average... That's average... That's like 2 hours. That's 1 to 3 hours of work time for the average person. Depending on what kind of job they have. Most people have lower paying jobs, so that's closer to about... So it's anywhere from 1 to 3 hours of work to buy that action figure. Do you not realize that I had to work 3 hours to be able to buy that action figure? That action figure is 3 hours of me working at a fast food restaurant, basically. For the average person. Just saying. Unless you have a good paying job that pays you like $50 to $100 an hour, you can't afford to buy these things. That's why you need to lower your prices, people, so that the average person can actually afford to buy these things. Because the average person has a part-time, low-paying job. They got bills. Their bills are too damn expensive to make them be able to afford to actually be good collectors. And that's why they buy used, damaged stuff like me. Seriously, most collectors buy used, try to find the best deals they can because they got all kinds of other bills and stuff that they can't afford to spend money the other way. Anyway, this was part 2. Oh, I got straight to the point at the beginning of this video and did the tangents afterwards. So the last one I kind of went in a bunch of tangents and got to the point at the very end. This one, it's point first, tangents later. Yeah! That's better. So y'all, this is basically, it's the same video as the other video, but maybe a little more different, but some of the same things are said. Anyway, have a great day, everybody. Remember, God is good. God is good all the time. All the time. Keep on gaming. Keep on collecting. Comment down below some stuff you'd like to see about action figures yourself. And like, comment, subscribe, share. Jesus loves you. Jesus is God. Jesus is King. Jesus is Lord. Jesus is ruler of the universe and everything. And he died for you. He died for me. He died for you. He died on the cross of Calvary. And have a great day, guys and girls, and everybody. And hope y'all enjoyed these vlogs. And you get to see my mom all throughout this whole entire video because she won't keep walking around. So if you're wondering who that crazy person that won't stop walking around is in the background, that's my mom's. That's my mom's. Dad's at work. I guess that's why you don't see him. And those are the people that usually are well, Mom, she doesn't really do too much interruption. Sometimes she has something to say in it. You may have heard her say stuff every once in a while. Dad is the one that comes in and he talks about something totally unrelated to the video that I'm doing. And he's like, he doesn't even realize I'm doing a video, I guess. It's so distracting and annoying. It's on my nerves. Anyway, laters.